Hey, welcome to episode 9 of the Nose Bros. First off, thank you for watching. I have over 100 subscribers and 12,000 views, which on one hand is super awesome because that's a lot of views, but it's a terrible conversion rate, which is probably my fault for either not asking people to sign up and subscribe. I don't even know what happens, like when you click the subscribe button. I don't know if YouTube sends you a gift or lowers your taxes or something. But I know that if you don't subscribe, they definitely won't be doing either of those things. So it's just an option. I mean, if you want something possibly delivered to you or your taxes lowered, take a chance, dollar and a dream. So what I wanted to do today was talk about a brand of boots that no one's really talking about, and we're going to find out why. And after I talk for a few minutes, you'll be like, oh, that's probably why. So we're going to talk about Wilcox Boots. Wilcox, just like it sounds. So Wilcox Boots is one of those boot companies that's like the direct-to-consumer, like Thursday and Taft and all those. But Wilcox, they're a little hazy. I'm a little hazy about how they started. 2014 seems to be the jumping-off point. Words like motorcycle trip, Mexico, wet boots, something like that. And boom, an idea was born. Then there's a crowd funding Kickstarter campaign. Now, I didn't buy boots from them in 2014. I think 2018 is when I bought my first boots. There was the Fairfax, which are these, and we'll get into the boots in a little bit. I'll give you the brief rundown of the boots, what I think is good and bad, and the price point and what I think of that price point. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the price point first. These are $250 to $260 boots. I think occasionally they run sales like $20 off, things like that, but nothing major. So you're going to pay anywhere between $230 and $260, depending on the time of year. Are they worth it? Well, let's talk about that. So they're made in Mexico, Leon, Mexico, which is the same place they make Thursdays. And I think Thursdays are pretty much well-made boots, especially for the price, starting at $199. Actually, a little bit lower than that for the smaller ones like the Scouts and stuff. But for the President and the Captain, their main boots, $199. So this is the Fairfax, and this is the Shiloh. And I'll go into the difference between the two and the similarities. So the Fairfax, the first one I bought, this is a size 14, and I bought it because I needed a pair of boots that I didn't mind someone throwing up on. And it sounds stupid, but I was going to a football game at MetLife Stadium in Jersey, and my experience had always been, if someone's going to throw up, they're going to throw up in my vicinity. And if someone's going to throw a hot dog, it's going to land on my feet and hit my pants. So I didn't want to ruin something nice. So I ordered these because I saw a review and I fell for it. Well, that sounds negative. So let me say it's not necessarily a bad thing, but good things about this boot. This is full grain leather. It is very soft, very pliable, right out of the box. You can see how easy it moves here, They're a little bit narrow for me, so I'm a 14E, 13.5E really. These are a 14D, and they're a little snug right here, but because this leather is so supple right out of the box, 2 hours after I put them on, they felt great. So, and I was wearing kind of thick socks because it was a cold day, so good for them. The boots themselves, I took the laces out so you can see. So lined with pigskin, and they have a padded collar on the inside, which kind of, I like it. It's a little deceptive because you don't see it on the outside. It doesn't break up the aesthetic. So you've got the broguing, the cap toe, but you don't have anything that makes it look like a hiking boot. This looks like a nice service boot. Inside, they put this padding so you don't get that rubbing on your Achilles tendon, while you're breaking in boots. Now, all right, so far I'm happy. If you've seen my other videos, I'm kind of I'm not a boot snob by any stretch of the imagination, but I like natural materials. So let's talk about it. First thing I noticed was this insole comes out, and I'm like, well, you know what? I can put something of my own in there if I want. But then I looked, and I'm like, what would that be? So that is a pour-on midsole. Uh-oh. And then down there is the cork footbed. What are we looking for so far? Natural materials. What are we not finding? Well, I guess cork is technically natural, but we're not finding leather. And I'm kind of a sucker for more dead cows. So leather outsole, half kind of a mini lug half sole, right? So easy to repair, but very soft rubber. You can already see it's like wearing down to the angle here. It is very soft and not long lasting at all. So they actually say their top layer is an Ortho Boost insole, their interior layer is pour on foam, and then they have a cork midsole, and they have a thing called a Kel-Tec shaped shank for structural integrity at the bottom, and then they call this their Cloud Cush comfort system. Now, here's the thing I do like about them. They're not trying to hide the fact that there's not a lot of natural stuff in there. In fact, they've taken ownership of it and tried to sell it as something better. Like, hey, look at us, you know, we don't use some old time technology like leather. We use new time technology like Poron and Ortho Boost and Kel-Tec and shit like that. So, good idea. You know, you're not going to be able to deceive people. Might as well just lean into it, I suppose. Does it make these good boots? I don't know. They are comfortable right out of the box, but nothing about them screams sturdy. In fact, heel counter, right? Second time I wore this, the heel counter collapsed. And ever since then, whenever I put them on, I have to, after I put them on, reach down in here and then push the heel counter back to where it belongs to wear these boots. That's slightly annoying. And it limits the amount of times I'll actually wear them because that's time I don't have. I'm old. I'm going to spend time, you know, pushing a fucking heel counter back together. You know, I'm going to die doing that. And you imagine how stupid I'll feel? Like hunched over with my hand in my boot, dead when my kids find me? It's be fucking embarrassing. So I'm not going to do that. That's just a waste of my time. Maybe it was just one bad boot, one bad pair, because it happened on both sides. Same thing. So you see how it sticks out here? That's me reinforcing it, but it still just crunched right down right after I got them. So I'm assuming these are just some sort of cardboard. I haven't cut them up yet because I'm still wearing these boots. And you're going to say, why are you wearing them? They're garbage. They're not garbage. Like, aesthetically, I can see where people would like this more than a Thursday Captain or a Thursday President because it looks like a beefier, sturdier boot. It's not, but it looks like it is, and it meets a lot of people's basic criteria for a boot. I wear this a lot when I go on my motorcycle because it's got good traction on the ground, and it's not super hot or uncomfortable in the summer. But it also does protect my delicate little feet and ankles from getting torn up when I inevitably dump my bike trying to take a corner at 8 miles an hour. So I'll probably recover from that, but I'm old, so whatever happens, happens. It's probably like a broken hip and a trip to a nursing home. These boots are $250, right? So for $199, I can get a Thursday. For $300, I can get a iron ring. I can get a Red Wing. I can get a, either their mock toe, I always forget the numbers, but that Oro leather, that orangey leather mock toe. For $30 more than that, I can get an Iron Ranger. And if I'm going to spend $250, I might as well save up another $80 and buy the Iron Ranger because it's a boot that'll last much longer. Now, it's nowhere near as comfortable out of the box. It's a prick out of the box. It's terrible. These are super cozy. So these are for like people who don't want to break in boots, want something that looks the part. This is the boot version of a guy who's injected himself with synthol, that oil muscle. All show, no go. That's what this is. This is a boot version of a person who has decided to cheat his way to success. That being said, like I probably sound bitter that I bought 2 pairs, which, I bought the first pair in 14s and I bought the second pair in 13 wides because they had that available, which they don't anymore. So that's basically me telling you, like, they had something that fit me perfectly. But you can't have it because they don't make it anymore. I mean, if you were subscribed to my channel, you'd probably know that. But actually, yeah, you'd know it through whatever form of osmosis. But these boots are comfortable right out of the box. The pros are they're super comfortable. They're not breaking the bank expensive, though $250 is nothing to sneeze at. If I were to put boots on a tier system of 1 being the best, down to like 5 being like absolute shit, these are a 3. Now these aren't like a 3.8, these are like a 3. So they have their definitely they have their positives. But those are all basically aesthetics. Their negatives are in construction and yeah, just quality materials. The leather I like, but again, I don't think it's great leather. They don't actually specify where it's from. At least I couldn't find anywhere. I assume it's from somewhere down in Lyon, and I'm assuming that this feels like it's been sanded. This is a very, if you look at the leather, like it looks very, very perfect. Not a lot of imperfections, which makes me think it's been sanded to remove the imperfections, which also tells me it's probably not great quality leather from the beginning. So, again, do I regret buying them? No, because I don't regret anything I ever did. Would I recommend for someone I like to buy them? No, I would tell them probably stay away. Either buy something cheaper or buy something a little bit more expensive that'll last longer. Wilcox Boots, in the whole scheme of things, I just gave you a 3. I should probably downgrade that to a 2.5. Yeah, maybe a 2.5, 2.7. So somewhere in that 2.5 to 3 range. They're not great boots. They're kind of a disappointment. They're comfortable, like I said. And if that's your only metric for success in a boot, if these fit you the right way, they're going to be super comfortable for a couple of years till they fall apart. Yeah, so there it is. Under 12 minutes. I'm feeling pretty good about my ability to mumble my way to an under 12-minute video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Don't buy Wilcox if you can avoid it.